3 days. That's all Michael had left before his introduction ceremony. The one where he'd stand in front of his fiancée's entire family for the very first time. And the senator outfit he had paid for, the one he'd been dreaming about for months, was sitting in a tailor's shop, completely ruined. The fabric had bled. Bright, proud blue had turned into a patchy, faded mess after just one press of the iron. His mother-in-law-to-be had already seen photos of the design. There was no version of this story where he showed up looking anything less than sharp. And now he had 72 hours and a serious problem. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what Michael didn't know. The 5 things that separate a senator outfit that makes heads turn from one that turns into a wardrobe disaster. And trust me, twist number 2 is going to shock you. Hello, African fashion lovers. Welcome back to Fashion Style Home, your home for everything elegant, timeless, and unmistakably African. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we bring you real stories, real style tips, and real senator wear inspiration every single week. And before we go any further, drop a comment and let us know. Where in the world are you watching from today? Nigeria, Ghana, UK, US, South Africa? We want to see how far this senator wear love reaches. Now, back to Michael. When Michael first walked into the fabric market that Saturday morning, he felt like a king shopping for his crown. Stalls stretched in every direction, fabric bolts stacked to the ceiling, colors so loud they practically shouted at him. A trader named James caught his eye immediately. Smooth talker, fast hands, and a fabric that just came in from overseas, very limited, very exclusive. Michael touched it. It felt fine. Looked rich under the market lights. He didn't ask questions. He didn't rub it between his fingers for more than a second. He didn't ask how it would hold up under a hot iron, or under 3 hours of dancing in owambe, or under Lagos humidity. He just paid and walked away happy. That, right there, is mistake number 1 and consideration number 1 for you. Fabric weight and composition. A good senator material has a certain heft to it, a density you can actually feel, not because it's heavy like a blanket, but because the weave is tight and the fibers are proper wool blend or high-grade cotton gué pure, not some thin synthetic pretending to be premium. Cheap synthetic blends might dazzle you under shop lighting, but they crease like paper, they don't fall properly on the body, and worst of all, some of them react badly to heat. Which brings us to what happened next. Michael's tailor, a calm, no-nonsense woman named Rebecca, took one look at the fabric and sighed. You didn't test this before you bought it, did you? He hadn't. She ran a small iron test on a hidden corner. Within seconds, the dye smeared like wet paint. The fabric wasn't color fast. And that's consideration number 2, color richness and color fastness. A true quality senator fabric holds its dye deep in the fibers. You can rub it, sweat in it, iron it, and the color stays locked in, rich and true. Cheap fabric dye sits on the surface like a costume, and the moment it meets heat, water, or friction, it fades, bleeds, or transfers onto your skin. Nobody wants to shake someone's hand at a wedding and leave blue fingerprints behind. Now here's where the story takes its first real twist. Rebecca made a call to her supplier, a man everyone in the market simply called Chief. Chief had one final bolt left of a rare Navy senator material, hand-selected, tightly woven. And here's the surprising part. It had actually been reserved for another client, a groom, getting married the very same weekend as Michael. Rebecca had a choice to make, and so did Michael. Would he beg, bribe, or simply walk away empty-handed? He offered to pay double. Chief still hesitated. Because here's the thing, sellers who actually know fabric don't just chase money. They protect their reputation. And that's a lesson buyers often miss. Consideration number 3, source reputation and craftsmanship. Where you buy matters just as much as what you buy. A reputable supplier or brand stakes their name on consistency. Proper stitching, reinforcement at the seams, embroidery that's dense and even, not loose threads that unravel after 2 wears. Michael realized in that moment that he'd been so focused on price and appearance that he never once asked who actually stood behind the fabric he was buying. Chief eventually agreed, but on one condition. Michael had to prove he'd actually treat the fabric with respect this time. Dry clean only, No direct high-heat ironing, no folding it wet. And this is where twist number 2 comes in, the one I promised earlier. As Rebecca began cutting the new navy fabric for Michael's outfit, she noticed something stitched faintly into the fabric's selvage edge, a small tag, almost invisible. It was a limited authenticity mark from a well-known senator or textile house, the exact same house Michael's fiancé's family had been raving about for years, because her own father had worn their fabric at his wedding decades ago. Out of every fabric bolt in that entire market, fate had somehow handed Michael the one connected to his future father-in-law's own wedding day story. Rebecca stitched fast. 2 days. No sleep. But there was still one more consideration left, and it almost cost Michael everything at the very last hour. The morning of the ceremony, Lagos delivered its signature humidity, thick, heavy, unrelenting heat. Michael put on the finished outfit and immediately felt it, a slight stiffness, a heaviness that didn't breathe. Because here's consideration number 4, breathability and climate suitability. Senator wear isn't just about looking sharp. It has to move with you, breathe with you, survive hours of dancing, hugging, and standing under sun or indoor heat without soaking through or clinging uncomfortably. Thankfully, because the fabric Rebecca used was genuine, tightly woven natural blend material, not the synthetic imitation from before, it handled the heat beautifully. Crisp, structured, but breathable. And that leads us to the final consideration, the one that determines whether your senator outfit becomes a legendary piece in your wardrobe or a one-time wear regret. Durability and how it ages. Quality senator material doesn't just look good on day one. It holds its shape, color, and structure wash after wash, year after year. Some men still proudly wear senator outfits from their own wedding a decade later at anniversaries and family events. That's the real mark of quality investment fabric. Michael walked into that introduction ceremony looking like an entirely different man from the one who nearly panicked 3 days earlier. Sharp navy fabric, sitting perfectly on his shoulders, dancing without a single crease showing, colors deep and true under the event lights. And when his father-in-law pulled him aside later that evening with tears actually forming in his eyes, saying he recognized the fabric house immediately, and it reminded him of his own late wife on their wedding day, Michael finally understood. This wasn't just about fashion. It was about honoring a legacy, one fabric choice at a time. So let's bring it all together. 5 things to consider when choosing your senator material. Fabric weight and composition, color richness and color fastness, source reputation and craftsmanship, breathability for your climate, and long-term durability. Get these 5 right, and your senator outfit won't just turn heads at one event. It'll become part of your story for years to come. If this story hit home for you, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment and tell us, have you ever had a fabric disaster before an important event? We want to hear it. Share this video with a friend who's shopping for their own senator outfit soon, because this could genuinely save them from a Michael-style emergency. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Fashion Style Home, because next week, we're bringing you another story, and trust me, involve a tailor, a stolen measurement tape, and a wedding day surprise nobody saw coming. Until then, stay sharp, stay elegant, and always choose your fabric like your story depends on it, because sometimes it actually does.